Kirby Tomorrow chat member. Hi, welcome. I'm here for an early stream. It doesn't even feel like I stopped streaming sometimes. I'm live, and then I go to sleep. I dream that I'm live, and then I'm live again. Crazy. Never left. So chat, I feel like my microphone quality, it's been interesting because I listened back a little bit and it sounded really like loud. Not loud in the terms of the volume, but like just compressed, or like kind of the waveform is smushed, if you know what I mean. So I lowered the volume a little bit, the input and the gain, and I think, let me know if this sounds good. Like already. It's the S's and T's that I think are mostly the problem. So just, listen as we're doing stuff today, as I'm streaming. The problem is when it's too low, when the input gain is too low, it doesn't pick up on when I'm quiet. I like to do quiet bits. So I'll keep trying to get this exactly right when I can. Exactly right may never happen. It can hide the start of a word. That's also a downward expander, believe it or not. That's what that's called. And I know it would be easy to make some kind of crude joke about that, but downward expansion is a real problem. A lot of people have it. So chat, I'm going to check out Time Splitters Rewind today. I'm really, I can't believe that this is happening. What? Lonely Goomba, hi. Time Splitters is like one of the best games of the era that basically no one talks about. I agree. Time Splitters 2 and 3. I mean, I had all of the Time Splitters games. In fact, I'll tell the story more when I'm streaming, but I bought a PS2 over an Xbox because of Time Splitters. And I'll talk about that later. Enviro Artist here from TS Rewind. Vinesauce is playing a game I worked on. Hell yeah. What's up, Dev? So yeah, I can't wait. Kirby, I'm going to hold off on for tomorrow. And I feel like I want to try Kirby out in the evening. I don't know why, I just do. But I really like it. I've been playing a little bit of Kerbo on my own time and just doing some matches and unlocks. Nothing crazy, but it's just fun. And today we're going to also do Pac-Man. So Vinny, my first exposure to Time Splitters was that kick in the balls corruption, and I was already very intrigued. Wow. Yeah, I guess that is something that some people would see for the first time. Chat, I saw this. Once in a while, the social media, we'll just call it in general, will throw something at you that seems fake, and then you find out is completely real. I thought this was fake, but it's a bunch of people in Wisconsin who are pushing an island with a boat. That's not actually a real island. That is what was a bog. It's something called peat, and it kind of broke off and turned into, it's like a floating bog island. And then some trees grew on it, which act as sails. Like, those trees catch the wind and push this thing towards that bridge. So every year, a bunch of people in Wisconsin, in the Chippewa Bog, well, I think it's Chippewa Lake or something, they push this back to its original spot. Peat is proto-coal. It's just gonna come right back. I think they have to, tie it down or something. It's real weird. And again, the reason I'm showing you this is because, I've been doing the more educational segments once in a while where we show just weird stuff. I have at some point we're going to do fossils, dinosaur stuff. At some point we're going to do weather stuff. And I think that's something I would like to cover, is just weird one-off shit like this that I didn't know existed. And it stopped me in my tracks, and I'm like, wait a minute. This is a real thing that actually happens? I thought it was like some kind of joke. Someone said doing all of my learning from Vinesauce. Yeah, don't. Seriously, it's going to be a problem if you do. I know there's other weird shit too. There's like rocks that move in the desert when nobody is looking. I said that completely wrong, guaranteed. But yeah, all kinds of strange stuff. And I want to cover one of those things. Have you ever considered in your life becoming a teacher? Yeah, I actually kind of did. When I was in college, I was an English major. Not that I knew what to do with that. I just wanted to get out of college with a degree. And I wasn't really opposed to reading and writing, but I didn't know what to do with it because I didn't want to write giant things like giant reports and papers my whole life. Teacher was briefly considered, but I don't think that's for me either. I think I ended up exactly where I needed to end up. But I mean, it's kind of, I guess that could have been something. I have a friend who's a principal, and not in New York, and he likes it on some small level, but every day is pain for him. And I have another friend who's a teacher who likes it, but the New York Board of Ed is awful and doesn't really take care of the teachers particularly well. And there's so much red tape and so many restrictions, and it's just from what I understand, curriculum is a nightmare. I mean, I've had people vent to me about it, and I've listened because I was interested. Like, how much has it changed since I was a kid? A little bit, not a ton, but just enough that it sounds like a really bad job. So I wouldn't be able to do that. But I do like learning. I do like sharing knowledge, even if it's just like one of my interests, like this here floating island, or I like teaching people about music I like, or like, how music I like was made. I think that stuff is really interesting. So, but yeah, if you know of any stuff like floating island, crazy Chippewa bog or whatever, that could be a good segment for the future. I always appreciate when chat comes up with interesting things for me to talk about on stream. It's just impossible to get to everything quickly. This is such a funny contrast to your Sunday mobile segments. Well, yeah. I mean, everything has its place. But that's why I think sometimes some Sundays I will do just like educational segments. Like we can do the weird, crazy shit and then also balance it out with some learning. Even if it's just about aliens. Anyway, welcome to the early stream, everybody.